Dear friends, as of June 20th, 2025, the June solstice, the sun is hitting the most northern position directly over the Tropic of Cancer in the Northern Hemisphere. What does this mean? We're in astronomical summer or the summer solstice. That sun-deficient northeasterners are finally heading outdoors to soak up some of the precious sun waves that have been missing for way too long. Now, essential oils can be a wonderful ally to support all the benefits gained from sunbathing, but there's some considerations I want to talk about with you guys to keep in mind because this is in regards to sun safety. Specifically, certain essential oils can cause unwanted skin reactions when you're exposed to sunlight, and it's important to know which ones so that you can either apply them cautiously or avoid them altogether. The topic today is phototoxicity and essential oils. We're going to talk about the benefits of sun exposures, the dangers of too much of a good sunny thing, important details about phototoxicity and photosensitivity, which oils specifically are sun sensitive, what are Furanocoumarins or FCs, what factors can lead to more phototoxicity, precautions to consider when using essential oils that contain these FCs, and why FCs are not all that bad and don't need to be avoided altogether. As always, all of the resources and references will be in the links in the accompanying article, as well as in the resource section in the video description. So let's go ahead and get started. First, why would we want to get out in the sun? What are the benefits? You've probably experienced just a natural upliftment whenever the sun comes out. And this is not a fluke. It is one of the many benefits of enhancing our mood and energy when we're out in the sun, because sunlight naturally boosts our serotonin levels. Here are some other benefits that we can gain when we head outdoors in the sunny days. One of the things many of you are probably aware of is that we produce more vitamin D. And that's because the skin actually converts 7D hydroxycholesterol by UV irradiation. And it's a pro-hormone that's important for bone health, immune health, overall vitality. In fact, there's at least 900 different genes which impact almost every tissue in the body. They're now thought to be regulated by 125 dihydroxy vitamin D3. This is the active form of vitamin D. And this is why vitamin D is getting so much attention for various conditions. Being out in the sun also helps regulate our circadian rhythm, which is the sleep-wake cycle. It can even help improve your heart health because you can produce nitric oxide by being exposed to sunlight. It can decrease inflammation, aid in relief of various skin conditions. It can support eye health because when we spend time outdoors, the eyes are able to focus more on distance objects rather than on the screen. And this can decrease eye strain and also help with nearsightedness. And then it's also been shown that being out in the sun can actually have a decreased risk for certain cancers. And these are just some of the benefits to being out in the sun. I'll have a link in the accompanying article if you want to learn more. However, as always, balance is the key to good health with moderation. And there's also risks for too much of a good thing. And being out in the sun too long can have a risk for burning, DNA alteration, skin cancer, and rapid skin aging. Those are things we want to avoid. So sunscreen can be used, but it has its caveats, such as not complete protection and some of the toxins that can be found in them. There are safe mineral sunscreens, and you can bind those with certain protective nutrients and antioxidants to help prevent premature skin aging and decrease cancer risk when one is out in the sun. Essential oils are also a wonderful support aid for summertime. They can assist with boosting our mood even more, promoting restful sleep, soothing skin redness if we did get too much sun rays, and they can help keep away various annoying pests and vector infecting critters. But again, this topic is what happens when certain essential oils are applied to sun-exposed skin. This can cause skin alterations and skin tone. So again, too much of a good thing. We have to be aware of this process of phototoxicity. What is phototoxicity? It sounds super scary, right? But it's really just an increased sensitivity to UV light. And it's not fatal, it's unsightly, and it can cause skin damage and emotional upheaval. Lindsay Elmore, who's a pharmacist and essential oil expert, had a really good post on this topic. And what she said is that phototoxicity is a type of allergic reaction where a chemical substance increases the sensitivity to ultraviolet light or UV light. Furanocoumarins, those FCs, are found in some essential oils, can squeeze between base pairs in DNA. And when they are exposed to the UV light, these FCs form covalent bonds with DNA. So that's just the science of how these different chemicals interact with the DNA in our cells. And these cross links in the DNA can cause an inflammatory response, and this can lead to the result of redness of the skin, sunburn, severe cases, even blistering. Now, unlike regular sunburn, phototoxicity reactions are sometimes delayed, so you don't even know that you have it until several days. And this change of color can last for weeks, so we want to avoid it. If we look at skincancer.org, they say that a phototoxic reaction is a type of photosensitivity. So it's classified under a photosensitivity. And this also encompasses photoallergic reactions. The phototoxicity and photoallergy section in Fitzpatrick's dermatology textbook dug deeper into the distinctions. So we want to talk about essential oil reactions as phototoxic reactions, which can relate to a phototoxic agent, which is those FCs, and UV radiation interacting together, manifesting in a type of sun skin reaction. Photosensitivity is broadly divided into phototoxicity and photoallergy, and it is related to any topical or systemic agents that absorbed by ultraviolet radiation. So if we look at a photoallergy which is an allergy versus a phototoxicity, the allergy is an immune reaction to UVA modified chemicals. Usually this is a sunscreen agent or antimicrobials or topical nonsteroid anti-inflammatory agents in Europe. And this can actually cause eczema-like reactions to sun-exposed areas. So these can occur in anybody of any different skin color, and they can result in post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or more pigmentation of the skin. So basically, photosensitivity can be divided into two parts. We have the phototoxicity, which is those interaction with the FCs and essential oils with our DNA, leading to an inflammatory skin response. And then we have photoallergy, which is an immune-mediated response triggered by UVA light causing a form of dermatitis. So that's the bottom line. We want to make sure that we're not saying you're allergic to essential oils or that's a type of photoallergy. It's not an immune-related response. It's a reaction from a chemical to the UV radiation causing a skin reaction. Okay, so now that we know about this, what essential oils actually contain them? So Tisserand Institute states that there's not a lot of oils that actually contain these FCs. And in fact, most of them that do contain them are at very small amounts, maybe even less than 1%, but it only takes 0.1% to be phototoxic. They're usually found in two plant families, Apiaceae and Rutaceae. There are some in other families, and some of those include the Astaceae, Moraceae, and Fabaceae species. In layman's terms, the phototoxic reaction is most often in expressed citrus oils of the Rutaceae family, and those contain most of the FCs. Now, this isn't necessarily true for distilled citrus oils. So I'll just list some common photosensitizing essential oils. I found this list on Aroma Web, but I also have some other lists from Tisserand Institute and NAHA, the National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy, if you want to look under photosensitizers in there as well to get more references. But here are some of the most common ones. Angelica root essential oils, bergamot cold pressed, bitter orange cold pressed, cumin, fig leaf absolute, grapefruit cold pressed, lemon cold pressed, lime cold pressed, mandarin leaf, opopanax, rue, and tagiates. Those are the most common ones. So for most people, it's going to be their essential oils that are in the citrus family that they need to be concerned about. And the severity of the phototoxic response will be related to the amount and potency of the phototoxic chemical consumed or applied. So it depends on how much you apply and how much is in the oil. The type of topical application, if you leaved it on or washed it off, or if it's maybe a specific type of beauty product that has it in there, the time elapsed since the application, the intensity and duration of the UV radiation, and a person's skin type. So people with lighter skin might be at a more disadvantaged in this area. So what do you do if, say, you did apply lemon and on your skin and you inhaled it, and then your friend called you and you were going to go out to the beach that day? Well, you probably want to cover it up if it's been less than 12 to 18 hours, because that's about how long it would take for that not to be a reaction where you're on the safe side. You also want to also dilute them if you are going to use them, and you it's in very low concentrations. There's different charts for that, which I've included. To me, that just gets a little complicated and I don't want to take the risk. So I'll just, the morning of, I won't use my topical lemon oil until I get home. But there are charts, and I would advise too, if you're going to combine citrus oils and then try to dilute them, just avoid it because that can get really complicated with the FC mathematics. That's just to keep it simple. I would wait 12 hours and then, cover any areas if you slathered on before you knew you were going out to the beach. Now, the official recommendation per Robert Tisserand and Rodney Young's book is there's generally no phototoxic risks if the oils are used in a product that is either not applied to the body or washed off the skin, such as shampoo, bath preparation, or soap. However, essential oils can adhere to the skin if used in a sauna or steam installation or topical application. There's no risk to the skin in which the oils are applied or covered in such a way to prevent UV rays from reacting to them. And they recommend, again, skin treated with phototoxic oils, wait 12 to 18 hours before exposing to UV light. We talked about ingestion in previous video posts and the importance of, if you are going to ingest essential oils, to make sure you're using quality essential oils, diluting them and doing them mindfully and know what you're doing. Usually that means using some sort of fat, honey, or carrier oil to dilute them in so you don't irritate the esophagus or cause any other issues. As far as if you're going to take a dose of lemon oil, say you have a sore, scratchy throat or something, and you dilute it in honey the day that you're going to the beach, very minimal, if negligible, if 0% of that causing a skin reaction for you. And they also quickly exit. Remember, when we're talking about essential oils in the system, we're talking about them maybe 90 minutes, 60 minutes, about max. Your body uses them, they're in their cells, and they're good. So if we sum up about phototoxicity and essential oils, we've covered a lot. I've given you some science, which I think is important to know, especially the distinction between a photoreaction, phototoxicity, and photoallergy. We want to realize that phototoxicity is a chemical reaction. It occurs when these Furanocoumarins, or FCs, components in essential oils cause a sensitivity to UV light exposure, can alter skin color, lead to discoloration. It doesn't negate the benefits of essential oils, but it is important to be aware that this can happen, so you know which ones to steer clear of about 12 to 18 hours before you go out into the sun and head out to the beach. These FCs are mostly found in expressed citrus oils. There were some other ones that I went over, and you can get the charts to look at which ones you might also need to be careful of if you commonly use them in the summertime. I hope this is helpful for you so you can enjoy your essential oils without worrying unnecessarily about a skin reaction or anything related to the sun, and keep your skin safe and healthy. As an aside and a confession, I learned about this the hard way because I use lemon oil on my legs. I find it very good as an astringent and just keeping the cells healthy for legs as I age. And I went to the beach in Italy and paddleboarding, not knowing it. And not once, but twice, Dr. Sarah got stuck with not being able to wear shorts for 2 summers because my legs were discolored. So I hope you learn not to do that from my mistake and from this video blog. And I want to thank you for taking the time. And I'd love to hear your comments about essential oils and what you do and what are your favorite ones for the summertime in the comment section. I also want to make you aware that if you become a subscriber, subscribe to the channel, you'll be the first to get these videos when they're released and the first to hear about new programs and to also get my email blogs and announcements. And those links will be available in the video description or the resource section. I do have a program coming out. I did an interview in one of my previous videos you can catch on some of the mind, body, heart, spirit transformation benefits of that program. And there's going to be a free webinar coming up that is only available for a limited amount of people. So you'll also get that link first. All right. Again, take gentle care. Thank you for listening.